Sharks Hockey on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Satisfy your late night cravings with Jack's Munchie Meal, available after 9 p.m. at participating restaurants. By Toyota, do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Our netminders here tonight at SAP Center. Antti Niemi leading the National Hockey League. 4 wins, a 1.25 goals against average. He was sharp in Vancouver on Thursday night. And the backup for Ottawa getting the call tonight, Robin Lehner. He's not seen any action so far this year. Todd McClellan and the Sharks 3-1 since he's taken over the head coaching duties against this Ottawa Senator team, and the former Detroit Red Wings assistant coach who's really done a great job with the Senators now in his 3rd year behind the bench, Paul McLean. 1-game homestand for the Sharks, then back out on the road next week to St. Louis and Dallas. And there is Tomas Hertl. The last time we were in this building and you and I sat in this booth, Drew, we saw the young man score 4 times and electrify the hockey world.
Sent things into a little bit of a tizzy, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Fantastic.
We'll see what he's got up his sleeve tonight. Logan Couture's line out at center ice to line up against the Senators' top group, led by their captain, Jason Spezza, number 19, who returns to their lineup after nursing his way through a groin injury. And the Senators feel like their offense intact now with Spezza back in there as Lehner stops the first shot on goal from Logan Couture.
I like the fact it was shot right away.
Let's look at the lines. They're the same as Thursday night in Vancouver.
No changes for the San Jose Sharks. Why would you? Because everybody deserves to be on the ice, be in the lineup, because the way they've been playing, there has not been a letdown from line to line. You can't think of one guy that you go, wow, he really needs to pick it up. Right now, it's everybody's going in the right direction.
Brad Stewart serving the 2nd game of his 3-game suspension tonight. He'll be eligible to return in Dallas next week. He'll miss the 1st game of the road trip in St. Louis on Wednesday night. Here's Brent Burns, just slipped a hit. There's a shot into Lehner. Rebound! Oh, and mishandled by Hertl. He had a wide open net if he gets a hold of it. Now back to the point, and it's Matt Irwin. That deflects just wide of the net. Thornton sends it to the blue line for Boyle. Boyle down low for Hertl. He's shoved out of the way back there by number 46 for Ottawa, Patrick Wierkoch. And a chance for Burns after the save by Lehner. Here's another shot, puck to the net, and Hertl scores! Tomas Hertl, his NHL leading 7th goal of the year.
Talk about relentless. The Sharks just kept coming after the puck, kept winning the battle to the puck. The defense kept shooting. They kept getting to the front of the net. One missed opportunity on a wide open net. Tomas Hertl not going to miss the other one. Shot from the net, right to the net. Rebound opportunity. Boom, there it is for Tomas Hertl. But the Sharks were outstanding on that shift. The big line, getting after the puck, recovering the puck and attacking.
Dan Boyle must have heard us talking about the fact that he had only 1 point on the blue line this year, and we weren't trying to hammer him for that. He puts it on net and gets the primary assist on Hertl's 7th. Boyle and Burns pick up the assist, and it comes just 55 seconds into the game. Not exactly the welcome that goaltender Robin Lehner was hoping for here in San Jose, the first time he's ever faced the Sharks. So Hertl gets this crowd on its feet early here at SAP Center. Goal number 7 after his 4-goal effort here on Tuesday night. Scott Hannon up through center. That's turned over in the neutral zone. The Senators come back through. Eric Condra puts it on net, and it's saved by Niemi.
It started right off the face-off for Burns, Thornton, and Hertl. Hertl just gets to the front of the net. Puck hits Lehner right in the Ottawa Senators logo. Pops right out to Tomas Hertl, who did the right thing, going to the net. Shot back to the point, or back from the point, and then you crash the net.
7 goals, 8 points for Hertl. As you saw, leading the National Hockey League very early here in the season. Sharks playing their 5th game of the year. They have 8 points with 4 straight wins. Ottawa, this is just their 4th game. They come in with a record of 1-0-2. They are starting their season on a 6-game road trip. They won't be home until next week, and they have a big game again tomorrow night in Anaheim. That's why Paul McLean decided to give his backup a look tonight, and then he'll go back to Craig Anderson against the Ducks tomorrow, and that'll also be the return of Bobby Ryan to Orange County. Methot for Ottawa sends it up ice. Carlson now gives to Mahalik. This is the top line. Ryan for Spezza. Spezza wanted Bobby Ryan, but it was behind him. Picked up by Patrick Marleau with 1 man back. Marleau and a good set of hands there by Carlson to knock that away, or Marleau could be in alone. Burns right back into the zone. He circles, sends it up high. Boyle, the move, the shot, and the tip by Hertl, but it got away and off an Ottawa skate. Here come the Senators. Boyle hustling back. Greening shot knocked down by Niemi, but kept alive by Chris Phillips at the point. Phillips, the defenseman number 4, pinching down the boards, and look for the Ottawa defense to activate. They love to pinch and go deep. The Sharks have done a lot of that this year as well. In fact, there's so many similarities in the personnel and the way these teams play. Eric Gryba, number 62 on the Ottawa blue line.
Eric put in the lineup today because I do believe Joe Corbo got hurt in the morning skate. He wasn't scheduled to play Eric Gryba because Corbo got hurt. That means he had to come in. Big kid from Saskatoon. Big boy.
There's your Ottawa lineup. So they have a number of changes, as you just noted. The Gryba for Corbo change, and also Jason Spezza, their captain and top center iceman, returning to the lineup tonight. Here's Kyle Turris, the former Phoenix Coyote forward. And unable to keep it in was Weirkoch. Jason Demers back, and they call the icing.
So Dan Boyle gets caught in deep because he takes a shot. So Dan's going to come back, but he has to make a decision. Who does he take? That man or the far guy? What does he do? Good communication here, gang. Go ahead. Roll it. Dan Boyle comes back. What does he do? He takes the man goal in the net. He lets his defenseman slide over his partner because his partner signaled, you take the middle. I've got the out guy. That's Matt Irwin helping out the veteran. They had good communication there, able to sort that rush out.
Dan Boyle, as we mentioned, a native of Ottawa. Always a little special, I think, for any player to play against the hometown team. Boyle got his first goal here on Tuesday night in the 9-2 win over the Rangers. At last count, the Rangers were on the wrong end of the score in St. Louis. They're continuing their marathon trip against the Blues. All right, let's look at the Lexus keys to the game, Drew.
Don't feed the transition game. That means you got to get puck deep, no turnovers high in the offensive zone. Eliminate the active D of the Ottawa Senators. They like to get up, get involved in the rush because they're very, very good at it. And so you got to be physical and be ready to be heavy because the Ottawa Senators are big. Paul McLean hasn't played a heavy game. They're tough to play against. So along the boards and in those tough areas, you've got to do the same. Right
now, the matchup has the Kyle Turris line for Ottawa against Thornton's line with Hertl and Burns. This is the line that scored the game's first goal in the first minute, the 7th of the year for 19-year-old Tomas Hertl. Off the face-off, Hertl pushing it behind the goal line, spins off a check, plays it behind the net. Thornton and Burns trying to get to it first. Weirkoch back there for Ottawa. Burns trying to dig it out from him, and it's the Senators who emerge with it as Kurz plays it across the ice. Just staying on side of the Sens. A wicked wrist shot from the point by Conacher. And it's back now to Phillips, but a good stick by Hertl. He'll chase it down. Weirkoch back there, but Hertl got to it first with that long reach of his. Battles against 2 Ottawa defenders. Turris dumps it out front, and Phillips handling it, but lost it to Tomas Hertl. Pelech out there with the Sharks in the middle of a line change. Matt Pelech scored not only his first NHL goal in Vancouver Thursday, but it was the game winner, part of this uncanny string of 3 game winners in a row by players who had never scored NHL goals before, and 4 in a row of guys who've never scored a winner before, if you include Justin Braun in the first game of the year against Vancouver.
And the cool thing was his brother, his younger brother, scored a goal in a minor pro hockey game. The winning goal was just a few seconds left on the clock, and Matt said, for us to score a winning goal on the same day in pro hockey, very unlikely that's going to happen. So they were pretty happy with the Pelech family.
Mark it down. 1-0 Sharks. It's dumped in by Gryba for the Senators. Ottawa upset Montreal in the first round of the playoffs last year, and then went to the second round against the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's where they met their demise. But a good playoff run for this Ottawa team. They were so banged up injury-wise in the playoffs, and a lot of their young kids came through for them in the postseason as the puck goes out of play off the mesh. We'll see the Sharks take on every NHL team this year with season tickets, and they're still on sale. They give you the best value, exclusive benefits like guaranteed playoff seats, season ticket holder gifts, discounts, much more. You can purchase tickets or just get more information at sjsharks.com/tickets. Colorado won on the road again tonight in Washington 5-1. Like the Sharks, they are unbeaten. Colorado under Patrick Roy, their head coach, now 5-0.
5-1 in Washington.
In Washington, they beat the Caps.
That is disrespectful.
They're pouring it on. Here's Erik Karlsson. 2 years ago, the Norris Trophy winner is the best defenseman in the NHL. And his shot was stopped by Niemi, then blocked on the other point by Pavelski as it steered to the far side by Greening. Karlsson literally shakes off Pavelski, and the smooth skating Swede feeds it up for Colin Greening.
Colin Greening last game here, the first time the Senators had won in San Jose in ages, scored 2 goals.
Methot. Karlsson waits, and it's blocked by Pavelski. Can't get around him, but Wingels is there. He'll get through center, hand it off to Matt Nieto. Nieto trying to get through the defense, but Methot cut him off. Almost turned back over, and Wingels pursues. There is Joe Thornton jumping on the ice. Thornton circles the wagon. His backhand pass jammed, but comes to the point for Demers. Jason Demers trying to flick it ahead. It took a sharp bounce to Thornton. Now on the left side. Hannon takes a look, shoots, save, rebound, out in front, and Hertl couldn't release from Methot, and the Sens will bring it back through neutral ice.
Mark Methot had lost his stick, the former Columbus Blue Jacket, but was able to tie up Hertl in front, key play.
7-2 the shots early here, 6 and change into this game with the Sharks in front. Logan Couture, and it's chipped in deep by his line mate Patrick Marleau. Good clear by Ottawa. Bobby Ryan wearing number 6 for the Senators, coming over in the big deal in the offseason. Here's Braun with Marleau with speed, the shot, and Leonard just missed it with his glove as it went wide. Played back behind the net. Kennedy chips for Marleau. Now Patrick, a touch pass up for Kennedy, but he didn't have the angle. Try to get it back to Vlasic. He'll have to chase. 12:28 left to go here in the first period. We're live at SAP Center. Sharks' 5th game of the year. And their 4th home game of the year. Desjardins trying to pick the corner. And we've got a fight at center ice. And it's Matt Pelech. And he's going with Chris Neil. And Pelech got the first couple of shots in. And now Pelech's helmet's off. Neil's a tough customer. He got a puck in the face in LA the other night. That's why he's already all bruised up with stitches. And Matt Pelech, we know he can score goals, and he's not bad at doing this when he needs it.
He can hang on, too. He's going to hang on and try to get Chris Neil's arm tied up a little bit. Neil's got that left arm loose, coming over top. Nothing really contacting.
Obviously, Neil trying to get his team going, and he held up there as Pelech was down. And we'll have fighting majors coming up for those two. Tomas Hertl, with his NHL leading 7th goal, has the Sharks in front. Time for our Ford right choice. It was exactly 10 years ago tonight, October 12th of 03. The first career NHL goal for that Minnesota Wild forward that night. That is Brent Burns 10 years ago beating Vesa Toskala. Sharks actually won the game 3-2 in St. Paul. He looks a little younger, Drew.
2 things. Look at that baby face. He looks like he's 14 years old.
Couldn't even grow a beard.
No, and Vesa Toskala's got to have that. He's got to have that. Look at that guy. He's just like a kid back then, man.
He was a kid. We've got him mic'd up tonight. We'll be checking in from time to time. Provided he's got something to say, we will not just bring you heavy breathing.
Another broken stick, this time Chris Phillips in the Ottawa defense.
Clark MacArthur, and now Kyle Turris with Conacher. Irwin back. Conacher, good skater. Shifty playmaker, sends it back to Chris Phillips. Now Greiba, pressure from Thornton. But they get it up for MacArthur, the former Leaf. Turris, the one-timer, blocked by Boyle. Dan Boyle turns to Hurdle, to Thornton, back up the boards, but Phillips has the angle.
That's a nice little escape by Dan Boyle, and then kick out just right to Hurdle in there. Just a small, quiet area.
Hannon reaching out, but it went off Conacher out of play onto the Sharks bench.
It's fast. Ottawa, very fast team, as the San Jose Sharks are just as fast. We have a look at Hurdle, Thornton, and Burns, who certainly have clicked in. You got to be nice for a young man like Tomas Hurdle to play with two guys like that.
Talk about a tough line for other teams to match up with. You've got the passing ability of Joe Thornton and everything else he does, not to diminish his other abilities like his work in the face-off circle. You've got Brent Burns, who is just a monster.
You said it best, the human wrecking ball.
And Tomas Hurdle, the youth, the exuberance, and we know the speed and skill.
And they're all over 6 feet too. They're 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". That's tough to play against those guys. They can all move. Joe's moving. Joe's slimmer this year than he's ever been. He's moving faster. You can see it.
And at least two of them now, we can confirm, can grow beards. we don't know about Hurdle. Pavelski trying to get it in front for Nieto, and he almost did. Now Matt Nieto, good work afterwards without the puck. Sharks keep it in. Demers shot. That hit Pavelski. Gets it to Nieto, and Leonard makes the save.
Oh, that almost nice save by Leonard. But a nice little play by Joe Pavelski. The presence of mind. He got hit by the shot and it hurt. You can see a little bit of discomfort. But he still kicks it over to Matt Nieto, who sweeps it towards the net. Ouch, that's going to hurt. He sees Nieto coming. Picks it up. Nieto quick off the feet, or quick off the shot, I should say. Ouch, that hurts. Where's the puck? Oh, there it is. Gets it with the knee. Then kicks it to Nieto. Quick shot. Oh, that almost sneaks through.
That's under the stick, but he got it with the pad.
Yeah.
Matt Nieto with a game-winning goal during this great run of 4 straight wins for the Sharks as well. That was lost in the 9-2 Ranger win and Hurdle Mania. Nieto had his first NHL goal, along with 2 assists and the game winner. Now a pass for Spezza, tipped away, and over the stick of Weirkoch. He's pursued by Kennedy, who got a piece of it. Now it's kept in by Marleau, but in fact deflects off him and over the glass and out of play. Let's go back to Tuesday night here against the Rangers. First NHL goal turns out to be the game winner for Nieto.
Made a super play in the neutral zone, and then what does he do? He drives the net. Big smile on his face. Tommy Wingels tries to put it towards net, goes off the Stroman skate. Nieto right there to sweep it in. But the play was made back in the neutral zone. Matt Nieto under pressure made a little pass and then drove the net.
Big night for him. And now we've got a penalty to Ottawa. Or no, that's still Neal in the penalty box. I'm sorry, on the major with Pellet. As Carlson sends it in for the Sens. 10.5 to go here in the opening period. 1-0 Sharks on the Tomas Hurdle goal.
Heads up, Jeff! Heads up! Heads up! You can hear from the bench. Heads up, heads up. The pinch was coming down on James Shepherd. Able to get the puck out. Heard it. You got to be able to communicate even if you're on the bench.
Stefan DaCosta, number 24, plays the puck in, but Ottawa is offside.
Stefan DaCosta, what an interesting path to the National Hockey League for this young man. Born in Paris, France, moved to Texas to play. Then he went to Sioux City to play. Then he went to Merrimack College.
He was a star there.
Yeah, very big star. And then drafted into the National Hockey League. The interesting thing, his coach, the head coach, Paul McLean, also born in France. Now, you look at Paul McLean, you wouldn't think he was born in France. Moved to Nova Scotia when he was 2 years old, but his dad was stationed over there for the Canadian Armed Forces.
Really? You could look at him and know he wasn't born in France?
Yes.
Okay.
You can look at Paul and say, that guy looks like he's from Nova Scotia.
Okay. Niemi covers it up, and we will step aside as I'm going to digest that last comment. We'll be back. He wears number 9 for the Senators. He wore number 9 for the Sharks from 03 to 09. Winger Milan Mihalik played over 300 games for the Sharks, a former first-round draft pick. 91 goals, 214 points. Fast, skilled, a big man, too.
Remember that goal against the Detroit Red Wings? One of the best games I've ever seen in the regular season. You've got tons of speed, a great shot, strong, and a terrific kid. Just a great kid. You have to give to get, and unfortunately the Sharks had to give one terrific hockey player.
Yeah, they traded him to Ottawa along with Jonathan Cheechoo and a second-round pick. Back in 2009 in the deal that brought Danny Heatley to the Sharks. 1-0 Sharks in front. The long stretch pass. Sharks looking for Marleau there. Now Niemi comes out to help the defense and scoops it ahead for Logan Couture. That's blocked by Mahalik. Now Spezza trying to set up Bobby Ryan. Marleau intercepts, throws it right back into Spezza's skates. Here's Ryan again with Carlson going to the net. Ryan puts on the brakes, plays it out front, and Couture blocks it, and he'll come back the other way with Kennedy. 2-on-2. Look at Carlson accelerate. There's Marleau with a shot, and Leonard got his body in front of the net to make the save off Patrick Marleau. Comes in front again. It's in the crease. Spezza steering it back to the safety of Leonard's glove.
This is a well-played 3-on-2. What you need in 3-on-2, you want to drive towards the net, and if you can, what you want to have is the attack triangle. And that certainly happens with the San Jose Sharks. Go. Drive, late guy coming in Vlasic, quick shot towards the net, go to the net. Only thing with Tyler Kennedy, you want to say, go straight to the net, get in that goalie's eyes if you can. But really a well-done play by the San Jose Sharks when they're driving towards the net on that transition. And it all sets up why? Because Logan Couture did a great job defensively.
Wingles, he'll send it to the far side. Irwin had no choice but to pinch to get to it. And now Phillips moves it up for Colin Greening for Ottawa. Jean-Gabriel Pageau, another player who came into the lineup for Ottawa during the playoffs last year and did very well for them. But even he admits it's really in some ways easier to come in the playoffs because you're preparing for an opponent, a single team for a couple of games in a row rather than now. Log on to csncalifornia.com and click on Sharks In-Game presented by eSurance. Enhance your in-game experience on your computer, your smartphone, or your tablet. You can join the social buzz, check the up-to-second box scores, in-depth stats, and more. Go to csncalifornia.com. Brent Burns in the face-off circle against Kyle Turris. Turris, the former first-round pick of the Coyotes, who asked out of the desert. He demanded a trade, eventually got it. Now with the Senators here as they try and improve on their 7th place finish in the Eastern Conference last year. They're in the newly named Atlantic Division. There's another icing call here coming up against Ottawa.
It's great, though, that we get to see every team. This is a very good young team that often flies under the radar. And they've got terrific defense. They're big. They can move. Talking to Paul McLean today, they got some guys in their Binghamton team, the AHL, that are bigger than the current group that they've got. Some of the current players that they got, they're going to be a bigger, stronger, faster team in a couple of years. Brian Murray does an excellent job of building teams.
Leonard, the goalie, was the MVP in the playoffs in the American League for the Calder Cup with Binghamton a couple of years ago. Here's Conacher, and that's blocked by Hannon. MacArthur back around. Turris on the boards to the blue line, gets past Gryba, and he needs help from Phillips. That's Hurdle who hit the deck.
He's kind of took skates with Eric Gryba. Hurdle went down.
Boyle, now Pavelski throws it across the ice to Jardin there, but it's cleared back out by the Senators. There's the puck. That was way up in the air.
Way up. It might have banked off the gigantic clock and video screen here at SAP Center. Kind of things have kind of slowed a little bit into a lull. It's a fast start for the Sharks. But Ottawa still stuck on 2 shots. Sharks have increased their lead to 9-2 now.
Boyle fires it in, and Leonard will catch it and hand it off to Mathot. Of course, many Sharks fans will remember Mathot from the Columbus Blue Jackets.
It's the second season with the Sens. They traded. The rumor was that Brian Murray was after Mark Mathot for a long, long time. Just like the way the young man plays.
From behind the net, this is Greening out front. It comes all the way to Cowan at the point. He tees one up, blocked in front, I think by Irwin, and out of play.
Lots of shot blocking. Sharks hustling to try to get into shooting lanes as much as they can. Deflect it, tip it, get a piece of it, block it, do whatever you can. James Sheppard lining up right away Tries to come out. Nice job, though, by the defense to move across. Is that Cowan? Yeah, it was. It was Jared Cowan moving a little bit to establish that shooting lanes. We talked about the Sharks defenseman doing an excellent job being mobile right there. The young defenseman signed a new contract. Jared Cowan moved across to find the shooting lane.
He's 6'5".
He's gigantic, Randy. Gigantic. He's been 6'5" since he was 13 years old. He's a kid from Saskatoon. Drafted first in the Bantam draft way back when to the Spokane Chiefs of the WHL. He is just a huge man. Now he's added muscle.
2-on-1. Couture with Marleau. Logan's shot saved by Leonard.
Carlson stopped the goal there. That comes back into Logan's stick. He's going upstairs and it's in.
Angling back is Vlasic. Now rolling toward the Ottawa net. And Leonard's going to hold it there with Joe Thornton right on the doorstep.
Sharks are supporting the puck really well. Just go ahead and roll this, guys. As you see the support through the neutral zone. Logan Couture frees it right there. See again the drive to the net. You got to have that drive to the net. Go ahead. Drive to the net. Looks over. Gets that puck back. I think Logan did try to pass that. And Carlson with his skates able to stop Logan Couture. But the Sharks driving the net off the puck. That middle drive so important because it backs up the defense, creates a crowd around the goaltender. The goaltender's got to be aware of that. Maybe takes his eye off the shooter.
Marleau with goals in 3 of the Sharks' first 4 games. Scored in Vancouver the other night. And he has points in all 4 so far. Not tonight, though. The hurdle goal set up by Boyle and Burns. And it is Burns in the circle against Turris again. And he kicks it back, but it's intercepted by Clark MacArthur. In for Corey Conacher. Ties up with Vlasic. Again, good support as Braun's there to help out his D partner. Hurdle to Burns. And Turris gets it back, but it's poked away and out by Braun.
It's just not a lot of room right now for the Senators when they get the puck in the defensive zone to do anything with it. The Sharks are closing the space quite quickly.
Turris, and that'll count as a shot on goal. Only the 3rd of the game for Ottawa. As Pavelski sends it to Nieto and to Wingles, and they're offside. Let's listen in to Brent Burns on that last face-off with the referee.
Burns, you got to stop. You can't come through. What's up? You got to put your stick on the ice and stop. You can't. I'm still go down second, though.
Nice job there. It's just seeing the communication between linesmen and players, referee and players. It happens quite a bit. But Brent Burns goes, I still get to put it down second, though, right?
That's the great thing about the privilege we're given of miking these players up on our Saturday night on ice, giving you a little window into their world. We'll hear more when we come back. A lot of chatter out there tonight on our mic on Brent Burns. Let's listen in again.
I got TK here. Let's go, big boy, huh? Come on, Jumbo. Hey, we're on the fly, though, you said, huh? We're on the fly. Go, 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 go! Hey, what? Hey, Todd, you want me to go or no? No. Okay.
Lots of communication by Brent Burns. Love that. Guys are active. Guys are into the game. Chatting, making sure he knows when he's supposed to go, when he's not supposed to go, because there's matchups that he has to be aware of as well. Todd McClellan will say, if so-and-so's coming out, Jumbo, it's your line. If not, it's somebody else. So there's a lot going on the bench.
He's got his Hockey Fights Cancer mouth guard in there tonight, too, with the pink front teeth.
I don't know how you cannot help but watch a guy like Brent Burns and just love the game because he so loves to play it. He's a character.
I was initially driving in this afternoon in front of Brent Burns, but I was going too slow for him. And he wheeled around me in his Jeep and just blew me away.
Yeah, and that's how he plays the game.
He was gone. He was a rumor. 1-0 Sharks as Andrew Desjardins sends it in. Sharks out shooting Ottawa right now 10-3, but as you suggested, we've had a little bit of an offensive lull in a little while as these teams settle in here. Time they've played in a few years against one another.
One thing about being fast, we think, well, this team's fast, that team's fast.
Hannon around for Shepherd. Good stick back there by Mathot make that Cowan for Ottawa. And now the headman pass for Condra. Condra right side, and that's offside to Peugeot.
I was going to say, you know, we always talk about that team's fast, this team's fast. You got two fast teams right now, and we're thinking automatically when you say fast, well, that means big offensive hockey, but also that means you're fast away from the puck. It means you're quick defensively. It means you close off time and space in a hurry, and there's not a lot of time to make a play. There's two coaches that won a Stanley Cup together, Todd McCullough and Paul McLean, assistant coaches with Mike Babcock in Detroit when they won the Cup last time. That was 06. No. Or 7-08. I'm going with that.
All right.
You're supposed to help me out here, babe.
No, come on. I'm just like everyone else. I'm a listener right now.
Okay.
Enjoying your commentary.
Yeah. Don't fact check me.
As I always do. Wingles over the Ottawa line. Centers it, and it's cleared away. Now Zach Smith, number 15 for the Senators. Comes across the San Jose line with Greening. A massive humanity around the puck, but Senators come out with it. Phillips, the slap shot deflects off Wingles, comes right out in front, and they score! Zach Smith ties the game on a rebound off the backboards. It's 1-1.
And Tommy Wingles did an excellent job of getting in the shooting lane, but the shot deflects off of him, hits the backboards, and bounces right to Smith. Smith's doing the right thing, comes off the boards, and the work down low is Matt Irwin tries to clear that puck off the backboards, and it goes right to Zach Smith. There's the clear. Zach Smith shot. Shows you, don't stay in the boards. Don't stay in the outside. Get to the inside. Get to the middle. And Zach Smith gets his first goal of the season, and on the fourth shot, Ottawa ties it up.
So the Senators come back. They had quite an impressive comeback in LA when you think about it the other night. It was Wednesday when they played the Stanley Cup champions of 2 years ago. Here's a turnover. Kennedy shoots, and it is high. And the Senators will get it back out. Here's Spezza with Mahalik. Spezza shakes off Braun, but his pass gets away from Bobby Ryan and all the way down the ice.
Tyler Kennedy does not mind shooting the puck. In fact, that's his mentality. Shoot it right away. Had to go high, missed.
Here's Ryan. Changes the angle, lets it go off the glass. Mahalik on this side for Ottawa. Burns chips it ahead for Thornton. Now Tomas Hertl. Hertl for Thornton. Takes it off the boards. Thought in the way. Now Hertl to Burns. Burns working against the smaller man Carlson, but Carlson able to momentarily get it. Now Burns, and a pass for Hertl broken up by Ryan. The Ottawa goal. Smith is first from Phillips and Greening at 15:21. Hertl for Burns. To the corner against Turris. Burns reversing to Joe Thornton. The captain wants Demers on the far side. To the net. Lerner a save. And Thornton again. Recovers it to Hannon. His wrist shot tip. Comes off the backboards.
Another lengthy shift in the offensive zone by Thornton's line.
Conacher for Ottawa. And Niemi the save. Now to Turris. In comes MacArthur. Diving after the loose puck. Seeing some of the skill Ottawa has up front here.
And the speed.
MacArthur against Demers. And off the skate of Turris to Tommy Wingles. Wingles for Joe Pavelski. Trying to catch up to that lead pass. Pokes it back through. Wingles in front. And he had Nieto, but he fanned. Ottawa back out through the neutral zone. Condra and Niemi will carefully handle this and cover for a faceoff.
When you see this save, watch Antti Niemi follow it. Good speed. Conacher comes in. He's going to go wide. Beats Jason Demers. Now the eyes. Eyes follow. Then you make the save. Really nice job by Niemi. Shuffle back. Now again, not overly aggressive. Protect the net. Eyes follow the puck. Makes it look pretty easy.
One of his busier nights so far in Vancouver for Niemi on Thursday. Made 25 saves in the 4-1 win. I thought he was worthy of being the Sharks' best player on the ice if you take all three periods combined.
I agree. He made two gigantic saves that changed the game, both of them off of Henrik Sedin.
Mark Vlasic was named first star by the Vancouver media. That is on the record, by the way. Condra gets it back. Pajot a save, and Niemi the rebound. A delayed penalty call coming up to the Sharks. And as they control it, the high stick will be called, and we'll have the first power play of the night.
San Jose penalty, 2-minute minor, high sticking.
Is this it right here, Andrew Desjardins? Yep, there it is. Andrew Desjardins tries to get the stick past. The defenseman can't get it past the defenseman, clips him in the nose, and there you go.
17:58, time of the high stick to Desjardins. So the Senators go on the power play. They were 20th on the man advantage last year. They've got a really good penalty kill, and they've needed it. They've been in the penalty box a lot this year, but so far, except for the fighting major to Neal for his scrap with Pelech, they haven't had to face the Sharks power play. Here's the San Jose penalty kill going to work. Ryan trying to dance through, sends it back to the point for Karlsson. Weirkoch, Spezza. Here's Ryan, he scores! What a shot over the glove of Antti Niemi, and Bobby Ryan makes it 2-1.
What a pass. Good movement by the Ottawa Senators. Pass comes right across. Too much space. You got to collapse on this if you can. And Bobby Ryan timed perfectly from a terrific passer in Jason Spezza. That's a great shot by a 30-goal scorer. I'm still trying to figure out that trade from the Anaheim Ducks, why you would trade a guy that scores 30 goals a year, second of the season. Heck of a pass by Jason Spezza. And the Ottawa Senators take the lead.
Maybe because you gave all your money to Getzlaf and Perry?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's yeah, you're right. But, wow. 30-goal scorers are hard to come by.
And tomorrow night he will return to Anaheim as the Senators have the back-to-back. So Ryan gets the power play goal, his second goal of the season from Spezza and Weirkoch at 18:31. So now the Sharks trailing here as we're down to just a little over a minute left here in this first period. Ottawa's picked it up on the shot clock now. The Sharks with an 11-7 advantage.
And you have to credit Ottawa for the job that they've done. They've come back in this first period.
Boyle through center. Boyle sends it to Burns. To the net. Leonard the save, and Thornton can't hold the zone. Boyle can't knock that hard pass from Demers down, and it bounces to Mark Method. 2-1 Ottawa. We're late here in the first period at SAP Center at San Jose. Hannon chipped in by Burns, or checked out Nieto. And Karlsson gives it back to Nieto. Nieto to Pavelski. The shot, and it's blocked by Method. Nieto back to Pavelski. He'll send it to the front. Wingle's around there, but he can't get his stick to it. And MacArthur busts out for Ottawa with Conacher. 2-on-2. The trailer Turris saved by Niemi. And that's it for the first period. Ottawa really coming on in the last 5 minutes to take the lead. Tomas Hertl adding to his league-leading goal tally with the only Sharks goal of that first period. After one, it's Ottawa 2, the Sharks 1. Stick around, we'll check in with our Sportsnet Central studios in San Francisco. And then Brody Brazil will be back here to speak with the Sharks' Tommy Wingels. Back just about to start the second period here at SAP Center with the Sharks down by a goal. Well, time to check in again with our mic'd up man, Brent Burns. Let's listen in to what Burnsy's got to say.
Good shots, Maddie! Maddie, great shots! One other good job! That's it, Pelly! I read that, though. I'll read that play.
A little chirping there? Is that what he was doing? Or is he chirping at Greiba?
The man, the player, the beard. Brent Burns. I think the microphone it's right in that beard there. That's how we've got him mic'd up. Of course, we saw his first goal when he was a young player 10 years ago. And what great young players we're seeing emerge in the National Hockey League through the first Well, we're into the second week now. Tomas Hertl leading the way with his incredible performance here against the New York Rangers. And I know it's early, but is it ever too early to start talking about the Calder race?
Never.
Hertl, first player to score 6 goals in his first 3 career games, and now he's got his 7th. Sean Monahan, how about him for Calgary? He's got a 4-game goal scoring streak. Alex Chiasson, we saw a bit of him last year, but he's still officially a rookie. Alexander Barkov, their first-round pick down in Florida. He's having a great start to his year. And Nathan MacKinnon helping lead Patrick Roy's Colorado to a 5-0 start.
I saw Nathan MacKinnon playing the Memorial Cup last year, and he is an unbelievable player. And Alex Chiasson, is that Steve Chiasson's son? Don't know. I think it might be. He certainly has the right age for it. You're seeing a lot of hockey bloodlines, too, coming through. You're seeing a lot of that when you see good young players. There's some sort of relationship somewhere down the line with the hockey bloodline.
Tomas Hertl ties B.J. McDonald's record from the Edmonton Oilers from back in the 70s. Of course, McDonald played on Wayne Gretzky's line with Brett Callaghan.
Wow, that is good Oiler knowledge.
Thank you.
Early Oiler knowledge.
And I think that elicited the famous quote from Glenn Sather. Here's Marleau with a shot, saved by Leonard. And the Senators were clearing. Sather was negotiating a contract with Blair McDonald. McDonald wanted too much. I think it was $125,000 a year back then. And Sather said a fire hydrant could score 30 goals playing with Wayne Gretzky. And McDonald moved along and didn't re-sign with the Edmonton Oilers. $125,000. If a fire hydrant could score 30 goals, then Glenn Sather right now could use a couple of fire hydrants with the New York Rangers. They're continuing to struggle on their road trip. They lost again tonight in St. Louis.
5 goals allowed.
Sharks trying to come back here, down 2-1 to the Ottawa Senators. We're in the first minute of the second period. Tomas Hertl out on the ice now to the 48 with the only goal of the game for the Sharks, his 7th of the year. Pajot for Ottawa. Make it to Costa rather, and it's taken away by Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Hertl looking for this pass, but it didn't get through. Cut off by Greiba. And it's Zach Smith. He scored the first goal of the game for the Senators. And this one went off one of the Senator players on their bench out of play.
Chris Phillips, long time Ottawa Senator, first overall pick in 1996. Played over 1,000 games, all of them with the Ottawa Senators. That's a very good draft pick. Played his junior hockey in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, then went on to the Lethbridge Hurricanes late in his WHL career. And he's a guy that's just a Westerner playing out east, and he is one good defenseman.
See, I'll bring you the 70s, 80s Oilers knowledge, and you just bring the Saskatchewan knowledge on a regular basis.
I'll bring dub hockey in too.
We've pretty much got the entire league covered that way.
I'll bring dub hockey all day long.
Matty Irwin took a pop from Clark MacArthur as he dumped that puck ahead. And now Pavelski trying to settle a bouncing puck on second effort. He does. Wrists it in. I think that might have clipped the helmet of the linesman, Andy McKelman. Niemi out, pokes this up for Irwin, and it almost ended up on an Ottawa stick as Pajot was in the neighborhood. Now Erik Karlsson.
Sorry, good stick lift by Tommy Wingels to prevent that.
Karlsson has not been involved in the scoring so far on the 2 Ottawa goals. We mentioned 2 years ago, the Norris Trophy winner, but then he suffered that terrible injury last year in the lockout-shortened 48-game year when his Achilles was severed by the skate of Matt Cook of the Pittsburgh Penguins. There's a shot that just skips wide of Niemi. Chris Neal was in that scrap in the first period with Matt Pellet behind the net. Wheels it back up to Method at the blue line. Now here's Karlsson. Takes it off the boards to the net. The blocker saved by Niemi. Shepard trying to clear. And it's going to be a Sharks penalty. Here come the Senators. Condra over the San Jose line. With Karlsson. Back for Condra. Tees it up. Niemi the save. It rebounds into the corner where it's controlled by Jason Spezza. Back for the top. Of course, they have the goaltender out for the extra skater. Karlsson, the little head fake. Decent skills. Spezza, far side. It's a hard pass. Now a shot into traffic, deflects away. Method on it again as the Sharks can't get control. Maybe Desjardins can here. Nope, but Shepard does. We get the whistle. And now a power play again for the Senators where they have one of their 2 goals.
James Shepard getting the penalty. It's probably a high stick. And he's going to get nabbed on. Certainly inadvertent. Go ahead and roll it. Stick coming up. Yep. Slap on the side of the face. Not much, as you see, but certainly inadvertent, but you have to be able to control your stick.
San Jose 15, minor penalty, high stick.
And you correctly identified James Shepard as the perpetrator. And he'll sit for 2 at 3:17 here for the high stick. So Ottawa back on the power play for the second time. Their first go-round, Bobby Ryan scored the goal. Sharks penalty kill began the game ranked 14th in the league. And Ottawa has it from the faceoff. And it's Carlson, far side. Ryan down beyond the goal line. In front, it bounces off the back of Justin Braun, almost to the net. Cleared back to Leonard. And Carlson circles back. Weirkoch takes the pass. Hard in for Spezza. Walks in, shoots, kick save, rebound, and another save by Niemi as he robbed Bobby Ryan, who I think was starting to raise his stick in celebration, but Niemi said, not on my watch.
And here's a mistake that a lot of defenders make. Just go ahead and roll this, guys. Go ahead. Shot, rebound, great opportunity. Freeze it right there. Tommy Wingels, what does Tommy Wingels look for? He looks for the goalie, doesn't look for the man. Go. Looking at the puck, looking at the puck, looking at the puck. The man slides by him, which is Bobby Ryan. You got to get your head on a swivel. You got to start finding guys going to net.
Here's Couture trying to get to it for a break. But getting back in time was Weirkoch. Turris for the Senators on the power play for another minute 15. Carlson, slick move to keep it. And then he goes upstairs but missed the net high. Kept in at the line, but Couture gets it away and sends it back down into Ottawa territory. Ottawa now leading on the shot clock, 14-13. Of course, they've had the benefit of the only 2 power plays in the game. MacArthur sends it back to the blue line. Weirkoch lines up, blocked in front, cleared down the ice. Thornton trying to get away from Weirkoch, who had a hold of him a little bit.
Then could stretch it for a pick.
Vlasic a shot, and it's turned aside by Leonard and out of play.
Marc-Edouard Vlasic being aggressive. Joe Thornton tries to stretch out of the zone, gets held up in the neutral zone, but still able to get to the puck. And Marc-Edouard Vlasic times it perfectly, coming in, quick shot, goes far, goes blocker side, I should say, on Leonard. Goes upstairs and off the netting.
Vlasic, second Sharks defenseman other than Stewart to start the season with a 4-game point streak. Trying to extend that. He was not in on the hurdle goal. The assists on that went to Boyle and Burns. Vlasic having a great start out there on this penalty kill, and Ottawa will have to chase back, and they're down to 20 and ticking on this man advantage. Vlasic started the game leading the NHL in plus minus as well at +7.
Doesn't make very many mistakes out there. So one thing about his game that's kind of always been there with Marc-Edouard Vlasic is just his consistency, his details in the game. Look out here.
Nieto can't clear it. Now the penalty's over. It's Spezza for Carlson. Carlson back to Spezza and checked away by Nieto. And the Sharks have killed the penalty. James Shepard scoots up the ice. He'll flip it deep and go after it against Phillips. Phillips gets popped. Moved the puck nicely, though. That's what you want from your veteran defenseman.
Knew the hit was coming. Took it.
Pelech.
Nice.
Here's Wingels across the Ottawa line. Pelech again, and he can't escape the grasp of Greiba. Chris Neal up ice for Condra, and that's swept away by Irwin. 2-1, Ottawa leading. We're in the second period live in San Jose as Niemi makes the save and the cover. Getting more physical here in the second period at SAP Center. 26-year-old Marc-Edouard Vlasic, 2 goals already this year. First one he scored was in the 9-goal fest here against the Rangers, Drew.
Wonderful timing by Marc-Edouard Vlasic. He talked to us in the pregame show. He is trying to add to his game every single year, either by training or the way he plays the game, the way he's starting to watch the game, read the game. He's trying to add to his game and improve every single year, and you have to agree that he has certainly done that throughout his career with the San Jose Sharks. And he's also been noticed for that as being one of the members that got picked for the Olympic team orientation.
No Sharks defenseman has ever had points in the first 5 straight games. So Vlasic endeavoring to be that guy here tonight, but most importantly endeavoring to help get the Sharks to a victory. Down 2-1 here to the Ottawa Senators in this their 5th game of this so far undefeated season for San Jose. Ottawa 1-0-2. That's not horrible. That's 4 out of a possible 6 points, but you know they want wins, not those overtime/shootout lost points. What dubs, right? W's.
Dubs.
Here's a breakaway. Burns. Saved by Leonard.
Nice pass by Joe Thornton. Great timing entry into the zone by Burns, but just couldn't finish it. Big save by Leonard.
Burns gets off the ice. So does Thornton now. Hurdle staying on for the moment. He's on this side. Challenging Carlson, and he almost picked the pocket back there of Gryba. Shepard slaps it in. Senators chip it clear, and Desjardins on it again for San Jose. Boyle for Andrew Desjardins. Zach Smith. He takes a hit from Pellet. Puck underneath. Smith fights his way to it. Shepard gets in front of him. Now James Shepard, who's looked good early in the season here, playing on this line with Desjardins and Pellet. Now DaCosta. Left side, he's got Smith. Smith back for DaCosta, and it ends up behind the net.
Good switch there. Matt Irwin pressures the puck carrier wide. He switched lanes and let the forward Andrew Desjardins come back and take the man in the middle. Good communication again by Matt Irwin.
A dozen minutes left here in the second period of a 2-1 Ottawa game, which they lead. And DaCosta shoots it out of play into the netting. Brent Burns with a breakaway last shift out.
Great chance. Nice pass by Joe Thornton. Good timing. Coming in, going to try to go back in. A little bit of a hook there, a little bit of a bother by Eric Gryba. Let's listen to it. Not a lot of talk there. He's thinking about, okay, how do I get this puck past the goaltender and try to go back in? I think Gryba's stick was enough just to distract or at least hamper that backhand attempt.
Burns, a goal and an assist the other night in Vancouver. +5 his last 2 games.
I thought Vancouver, he was just fantastic. I thought he was all over the ice in a very good way.
Now Ryan, who has the 2-1 goal for Ottawa. Couture comes back with it up to Patrick Marleau. 3-on-2. Wide is Kennedy. Kennedy back for Couture. Logan dealing in the corner. Kennedy waiting for the puck to drop. It was way up high, and Spezza gives it right back to Braun, who puts it on net. Leonard is saved. Kennedy, who loves playing against Ottawa, 16 career points in 20 games, and the pass for Marleau knocked away as Ryan will send it down ice for Ottawa. Here's Marleau, and he can't catch the pass from Couture.
The long change.
The back pass, gobbled up in front of the net by Pajot.
I was going to say the long change hurting right now. The Ottawa Senators, there's 2 near attempts. One by Burns and another one by Patrick Marleau. Almost got it.
A pass to Chris Neal off his stick wide, and Matt Nieto back for the Sharks. They trail 2-1. Wingles, watched by Methot, trying to get it through him to Pavelski. Off of Hannon. He has to chase back against Condra, lost his footing. Neal. Pajot to Condra, back to Chris Neal. And Jason Demers forced to play it out from behind the net quickly, pressured by Condra. Now Pavelski with Wingles, and he's got a man with. It's Nieto. Wingles tracked down by Kyle Turris. Nieto tried to keep it in with some help from Boyle, but it comes out over the line offside against the Sharks.
Nifty little breakout. Even though it didn't get into the zone, it was a nifty little out by the San Jose Sharks as Jason Demers used the net. Great support, a little touch back, and the Sharks were out of the zone a little bit cleaner. They've been good out of their zones in this part of the period. Matt Irwin's been strong defensively. We talked a couple of times about him and the way he has been able to communicate on those rushes, and those attacks, I should say.
We mentioned Ottawa played in LA on Wednesday night. Came from down 3-0 to earn a point in an overtime loss. But they have now got, believe it or not, a 13-year losing streak in LA. They haven't won a game on LA ice in 13 years.
Wow.
Conacher, nowhere to go. Joe Thornton starts out behind his own net. Sharks down 2-1. Here's Hertl. Gets his balance on the ice, trying to sweep it to the net, but he just couldn't keep his footing. Back to Turris. Challenging Irwin. Kyle Turris, and Irwin does a nice job. Burns. And that's sealed off by Conacher on the far side. Sharks have not had the success playing their north-south, preferably more north game tonight that they have in their prior 4 games. Not against these Senators. This shot blocked as DaCosta pulled the trigger. Now Turris to Mathot. Mark Mathot behind the net. DaCosta pivots. Boyle reaching out the stick. Puck comes into the crease, covered by Niemi. Tomas Hertl has the only Sharks goal, trying to get another here, but he just couldn't keep his balance. Time for tonight's Geico quote, and it's by that man, Paul McLean, the head coach of the Ottawa Senators, who was unhappy with a shootout goal by Mason Raymond of the Leafs in a 5-4 Toronto win not too long ago. A spinorama shootout goal, and after the goal, McLean said, "I'm only a fisherman from Nova Scotia, so I don't know nothing about nothing." He must know about fishing.
He knows something about a lot of things, Paul McLean. They're good friends with, of course, Todd McClellan. Todd and he were assistant coaches.
Todd joining us in wearing the purple tie tonight, all as part of Hockey Fights Cancer, the 15th anniversary of Hockey Fights Cancer, joining an initiative between the NHL and the NHL Players Association as we proudly flash our ties.
Actually, you went a little bit some stripes in the shirt, which I thought was a brave move by you.
Thank you. Yeah, you know I like to step outside of the box, not quite as Brett Burns does with the.
He loves to step outside the box.
Hockey Fights Cancer mouth guard.
He doesn't own a box. That guy. He's broken that box. He's outside of it all the time. By
the way, Hockey Fights Cancer has donated about $13 million to the cause since it started back in '98. Great job.
13 million.
Marc-Edouard Vlasic now up for Patrick Marleau. He chips it past Carlson. And back into center ice where the Ottawa Senators have it again. Jason Spezza back for Mark Mathot. Carlson 2 years ago, we mentioned, won the Norris Trophy. What a year he had. 19 goals, 78 points for Carlson that year. I'm not sure he wouldn't have won it again last year if he'd have been healthy.
He only missed 10 weeks with that. Look at this, an Achilles tendon injury. But one that's lacerated Achilles tendon. That's a big thing in 4 to 6 months. He was out 10 weeks.
Pavelski on a steal at the blue line. Has a look, shoots, and Leonard makes the save. Rebounds off the high glass behind the Ottawa net. Hannon trying to dish back for Pavelski. It didn't go. Now an off-man attack for Ottawa. It's DaCosta. Works it on the left wing. Zach Smith back for DaCosta, but it got through to the net, and Niemi pushed it aside. Now a little bit more track meet hockey here as Demers slaps it in. Leonard out. Try and settle it behind the net for Weirkoch, and he does. Smith into the feet of Cowan. And the Sharks end up with it as Hertl gets it to Wingels. Back for Tomas Hertl. Can't get it to the net. Thornton to Boyle. Takes a few steps. Takes a shot. And Leonard with a blocker save. Now Burns cuts in front of Cowan. Hertl. Boyle. Shot. Leonard the save. Burns trying to keep it in the zone, and he does.
All over it.
Shoots from the high slot. That's blocked. Hertl. And it's saved by Leonard.
This line's been dynamite for the Sharks tonight.
Now Hertl behind the net. Waits. Goes backhand. Shoots. In Leonard's feet. And he's got it covered, and the net comes off.
Well, 14 cross checks to the back of Brent Burns' head. I'm wondering if the referee's going to call that. Brent Burns is not happy. He was getting molested in the crease. Joe Thornton in there as well. Just a great job by Burns, Thornton, Irwin, Boyle, Hertl. Here's the last bit. Tomas Hertl steps out, waits for the man to come. There's Burns in front, battling. Punched in the back of the head a couple of times and taken down in the net. No calls, I do believe. They're gonna let that go, and that's Brent Burns right in front, causing some havoc. A really good shift by Thornton, Hertl, and Burns.
Ottawa has not taken a minor penalty in this game.
It's mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling that these two teams play this fast and can play this heavy. And there's only been 2 penalties. One was an inadvertent high stick, and the other one was the first one where Bobby Ryan.
They're both high sticks, Desjardins and Shepard.
Yeah, and they're both good calls. It's just, talk about the way the game could be played. This is some of the stuff you get to watch when teams are smart.
Pass out front by Marleau. Couture ends up with it. Back for Patrick Marleau. They spread out a bit. Kennedy got knocked down. And Phillips will try and work it out of his zone for Ottawa. Good continued pressure by the Sharks, but the Sens do get it out. Ottawa, coming into the game, had been shorthanded 16 times in their first 3 games, most in the NHL. And Leonard will cover this as Couture came in and his skate clipped Leonard's glove and he went hard into the boards.
You like it when guys continue to go to the net hard. And that's what Logan Couture does here. You go hard to the whistle. Let's go back to the last scrum. Pushing into the net, trying to push that puck in as much as you can. A little bit of a scrum right by the Sharks bench right now. We'll get over that as soon as we can. The tempers are starting to pick up. There's big Eric Greiva, a man with a healthy beard as well. Eric Greiva last year in the playoffs against the Montreal Canadiens.
Going to be penalties now,
Ryan.
but they'll probably be offsetting, I would think.
Minor penalties, 2 minutes each on sportsmanlike conduct.
Conacher and Kennedy get a deuce each.
A little emotion now really getting injected in the game, getting after each other.
So Conacher and Kennedy in the Bay Alarm penalty boxes, I guess. We'll give Bay Alarm both penalty boxes tonight. Okay. Just a little bonus we're throwing in. Usually it's just the penalty box.
Here's the pushing. Just pushing and shoving at each other, getting nasty. Hockey stuff.
The always 4-on-4 play now as Pavelski wins the draw back to Irwin. Ottawa comes back the other way. Jean-Gabriel Pageau. He might be French.
Great name. 175 points in 175 games in the Q in the Quebec Major Junior League.
Wingles, and that stick might have clipped the thought.
He did, no call.
Irwin at the point keeps it in, but he drives it right into Condra's pads. Now Wingles on the boards against Mathon, who caught that stick. Let the Senators win the battle there, and Condra will slip it into the Sharks zone ahead for Pageau. Under 6 minutes left to go here in the second. Still a 2-1 Ottawa lead. As we're 4-on-4 here with the penalties to Conacher and Kennedy. Joe Thornton slowly moving ahead for the Sharks. To Irwin. And Burns out there with Thornton. As Hurdle gets his shift off. Hammond sets up the shot, deflecting high. Burns quickly sending it deep again for Joe Thornton. Joe will take it off the boards, behind the net. The pass, the shot, saved by Leonard as he robs Demers. And now Spezza back for Ottawa. 3-on-2 with Bobby Ryan and Patrick Weircock. Spezza, Weircock shoots, blocked, rebound, trickles into Niemi. It's still alive for Ottawa. Mahalik wrapped up by Hurdle. Check on check, and a penalty. It's going to be to Milan Mahalik.
It almost ended up as a chance for Ottawa, so the referee had to call that one.
Hurdle just dumps it in, and we'll have the whistle now and the first power play of the night for the Sharks. Still 2-1 Senators.
Thornton setting up in his office, by in the net. Nice little quick stop, move, finds the man. Jason Demers, defense jumping into the play, shot. Nice save by Lerner. He is able to get the shoulder up. Brent Burns gets in there after that. Milan Mahalik trips, or at least gets the stick in the legs of Logan Couture. It almost ended up in a chance. That's why the referee raised the arm, made the call in the Bay Alarm penalty box. Our old friend Milan Mahalik, and the Sharks have a 4-on-3 power play for a few seconds.
It'll be 18 seconds long, 4-on-3, then go to 5-on-4. Sharks on a Cache Creek power play, and they do not win the face-off. And that'll pretty much do it for 4-on-3, which is a nice look for the Sharks, but let's see how they manage here. Couture Up top, and he gave it away to Turris.
Doesn't do that very often. Look out here.
Oh, Turris was out of gas, and Conacher's out of the box, as is Kennedy. So now it's 5-on-4 for a minute 36. Ottawa showing some good penalty killing here in the early going. They were number 1 in the NHL in penalty killing last year. A chance in front for Thornton on the pass from Pavelski. Here it is again, Pavelski in front. Starts wasting no time getting that puck to the net there. Now Couture. Pavelski at the point. Marleau hands it off for Thornton. Logan Couture back for Joe Thornton over to Marleau. Marleau up top. Hard pass for Irwin. His shot. Leonard the save. Juggles it. Loose for Marleau. Scores! Patrick Marleau ties the game. Logan Couture slow to get up in front of the Ottawa net. Talk about paying the price.
Took a cross-check. I think he took a cross-check to the teeth, to tell you the truth. That is just great puck recovery. Push it towards the net. Outnumber. Man up in front. You talked about it, Randy. Paying the price. Just puck towards the net. Watch Logan Couture. Took an elbow by Cowan, and then Patrick Marleau comes in. What a backhand by Patrick Marleau. Good fake shot now. Go to the net. Go to the net. Go to the net if you can. There's Logan Couture. He's going to take a hard shot. Oh, he took that cross-check in the back of the head. Just on the collapse by Condra. Logan got hurt. Patrick Marleau gets his 4th goal of the season. And the Sharks tie it up with a hard-working, hard-earned power play goal.
Patrick Marleau, now a 5-game point streak to start the season as he gets his 4th goal of the year from Pavelski and Irwin at 16-12. A power play goal, and we're tied 2-2. And that goes off Milan Michalek, who was in the box when Marleau scored, and out of play.
I thought it was originally a cross-check that Logan Couture took, but he didn't. You see that Condor comes in right at the back. It is a stick. It's an inadvertent, certainly, stick to the back of the head. What a backhand by Patrick Marleau. See the eyes of Patrick Marleau? He's already got the look. He already knows where he wants to go with it when he swoops up the backhand. Fist pump. Big goal. Sharks know that they've come back in this period. Push back against the Ottawa Senators. They've got 25 shots. The Sens 18. And they've tied the game up.
Another point for the defense as Irwin got the 2nd assist. That's 14 points in 4 games for the San Jose Blue Line. As Burns, Boyweather had a point on the first goal by Hurdle. That will not be a delay of game call there, I don't think.
No, touch somebody, or touch one of the Ottawa Senators, San Jose Sharks, I should say. Touch the puck.
So Marleau scores on the Sharks' 25th shot. They've cranked it up here in the 2nd period again. Now out shooting the Sens 25-18.
Sens came out and they took the lead. They had 17-15 shot advantage, and then the Sharks pushed back. It's been a back-and-forth type game, and a team holds the momentum for a while, and the other team wrestles it from it.
Greening for Ottawa now as they've seen their lead disappear. In the corner with Desjardins. Zach Smith for Ottawa. Nieto's there. So is Demers. And now a little space for Scott Hannon. Gets his head up and reverses it to the far side. 3 minutes left here in the 2nd period in a 2-2 hockey game, and that went off somebody on one of the benches.
Yeah.
Well, it's a very different looking Ottawa team from one very distinct perspective. No Daniel Alfredsson for 17 years. He was essentially the heart and soul of the Ottawa Senators, left as a free agent in the offseason, and of all things, he stayed in the division, signing with the Detroit Red Wings, and there were a lot of people in Ottawa that didn't like that.
No, a lot did not, and Daniel Alfredsson had just decided it was time for a change, time to go somewhere else. And Ottawa Senators faithful weren't very happy. There was a heck of a buzz created this summer in a practice session, or a captain's ice session, where Daniel Alfredsson was there in Ottawa wearing an Ottawa jersey.
Kennedy,
crazy.
Sharks get a steal down low. Vlasic, a quick shot, and Leonard gets the glove up in time as Marc-Edouard Vlasic just pumped that to the net on a great one-timer.
Not wasting any time, and Kennedy and Mark Methot getting after each other a little bit. A lot of space for the Sharks defenseman, Marc-Edouard Vlasic. He gets it to the net as quickly as possible. And remember what Jay Woodcroft told Brett Hedican last game. The Sharks feel they play better when they're shooting. They play faster when they're shooting all the time and get after pucks.
We mentioned Kennedy with great numbers in his career against these Ottawa Senators. All of those years, of course, with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It looks like he's okay.
Burns, quick shot, and ends up behind the net. Hurdle tried to get it out front. MacArthur takes a big hit from Burns. D to Irwin. Back to the high slot. Now Gryba. Hurdle at the goal line. Tomas Hurdle backhands it toward the net and hit his skate. Gryba back on it.
Hurdle got popped by MacArthur. He's hurt. Another yard sale on the ice.
Hurdle's gears behind, his glove and sticks, and Tomas Hurdle skating slowly to the San Jose bench and goes straight to the dressing room. Wingles back into the zone with Shepard, and it's intercepted. A lead pass for Conacher. Hannon gets on his horse and beats Conacher to it in the corner. Now Pajot will pitch it to the other side, but Demers is there safely for the Sharks. Coming up on a minute and a half left here in this second period. A game that has seesawed back and forth. 2-2 here. Couple of Sharks up ice. Wingles and Pavelski. That's still Hurdle's gear right in the slot there in the Ottawa zone.
He's got to stop doing that, by the way. That's one thing he's got to stop. He did that in the game a couple of games ago against Phoenix. Drop your stuff. Just take your stuff to the bench with a young guy. We'll figure it out.
Method. Now Pajot. Back to Mark Method. Condra. Method trying to keep it in, but can't. Boy, this line's been out there for a while for the Sharks.
Yeah, they need to get off here. Hardly move their feet.
Inside the final minute of the period now as Erik Karlsson is pursued by Kennedy and just peeled away in time. Rims around for Justin Braun. Braun to Vlasic. Back through the middle, and that'll skip through center ice. Cowan slaps it right back in. Ryan, who has one of the two Ottawa goals. Bobby Ryan for Milan Michalek.
Stick by Marc-Andre Vlasic against Michalek.
Up the boards, Marleau, and he gave it back to Ryan, and now Spezza. Marleau fighting to get it back, and he did to Couture.
Battle to get it back.
And now Couture trying to return the favor up to Patrick Marleau on the left wing side. Little pick there by Ottawa, and that'll be a penalty to Weirkoch for interference with 3.5 seconds left in the period.
Tomas Hurdle tries to take the puck to the net. He's got his head down. He's going to get hit. You see that it's a hit by MacArthur finishing a check.
Minor interference.
And he rattles his cage a little bit. Penalty coming up. Weirkoch just picks off Patrick Marleau, holds him up enough where the puck goes down the ice and the Ottawa Senators recover, but Weirkoch in the penalty box.
1956 time of the penalty to Weirkoch for interference. So the Sharks will look for a clean win of the draw here and a scoring chance late. Thornton stands in against Turris. And Turris wins the draw. That's been a good matchup for Ottawa tonight. And down the ice it goes. Sharks will start the third period with the man advantage. We'll see if they also start the period with Tomas Hurdle back on the bench as he went into the dressing room after that collision a shift ago. That's it for the second period. It's Ottawa 2 and the Sharks 2. Coming up, we'll check in with our Sportsnet Central studios in San Francisco. Then we'll be back here with CSN Sharks insider Kevin Kurz for a Rafi Torres health update. 2 as we get ready for the start of the third period and a good hockey game here on a Saturday night on ice. We've had Brent Burns of the Sharks mic'd up throughout this contest. Let's eavesdrop some more.
Winger stays with the D, huh? If Henry didn't get that, it was coming right to me. Then the rebound just went in like, the guy was like this, he didn't know where it was, but it was like, bringing the speed, I couldn't shoot.
It's a guy who was into the game, man. That is into the game.
And the Sharks coming back out onto the ice now for this third period. And for my money, the game that's been their toughest test so far.
See him going by Cale McClellan right there, Todd McCullen's son, standing by the team motto, fast, supportive, hard. Cale is helping out in the dressing room this year.
Robin Leonard, 24 saves. He's been strong. Let's go down to ice level. Brodie Brazil live with assistant coach Jim Johnson.
Coach, obviously a minute 57 here, fresh ice, you're on the power play. What are you looking for?
Well, right now we've scored both goals on garbage rebound opportunities. It's getting pucks to the net. We got to win the draw right now, get control of it, get in there, get it set up. We got a couple good plays, and I think if we get pucks to the net, we're going to get garbage off this guy, and that's what we saw in the first 7 minutes of the game. We got away from it a little bit. We got to get back to that here in the third.
We're only here at Game 5. You haven't really been in a situation like this, tied after 40 minutes of hockey. Is this really a test for your team?
It is. It really is. I think the guys are up for it. They know what they got to do. Some nights you don't feel 100%. Your legs aren't going. You got to gut it out. And it's a great opportunity for our club.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Randy and Drew.
Great. Got to gut it out without a doubt. Now, remember, the San Jose Sharks have a power play, 1:57 left on Werkosh penalty.
And Brodie makes a good point. The other night in Vancouver, going into the third, the Sharks were up 3-1 against the Rangers. They were up 6-1. And in their opener against Phoenix, they were up 3-1. So this is the first time they've not had a lead going into the third period. This being game number 5. And off the face-off on this power play to start the period. Joe Thornton back to the defense. And Dan Boyle now skates ahead for the Sharks. His 4 shots tied with Matt Irwin for the team lead in this game. Thornton, a hard backhand pass. Couture the shot. The rebound. Marleau trying to fight through Phillips to get to it. Can't.
You want to explain that 85-foot backhand pass? How the heck does he get that there? What a pass by Joe Thornton.
Wow, so hard.
It's unbelievable. Makes it look so easy.
Pavelski in, back to the line. Boyle to Thornton. Working off the half boards near side. Poke from him by Spezza. Now Phillips controlling in the corner, dishing to the far side, but Marleau will recover. Quickly hard around for Couture, came to the side of the net. And now cleared by the Senators. As Niemi will settle it and beat it up to Boyle, who delays a bit here while the second power play comes on. No sign of Tomas Hertl on either of these power plays.
He's not done that. I don't think he's on the bench either.
Demers. Shot wide. Off the boards hard to Kennedy. Burns lays it off in front of the net. Leonard gave it away. Irwin shot blocked. Wingles into the slot.
Jimmy Johnson, sorry Randy, Jimmy Johnson just said we got to shoot the puck because you're going to get rebounds, you're going to get garbage, as Jimmy Johnson mentioned to Brodie Brazil, and first thing Tommy Wingles thinks is pass.
So no sign of Tomas Hertl on the bench as the shot comes in from center, and Robin Leonard will hold it. Try and get an update on the condition of Tomas Hertl, who scored the first goal of this game for his 7th to lead the NHL, but in that second period shaken up in front of the Ottawa net.
Logan Couture is going to, and Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton, actually, all the big boys are going to stay out. Going to get back right out on the ice.
24 to go on the power play. 2-2 the score. Sharks have a power play goal, so do Ottawa. Marleau, and it's off the crossbar.
Oh, good screen in front by Joe Thornton, too.
Leonard with the save, no rebound. Thornton and Couture both there. What a chance for Patrick Marleau.
What a shot by Patrick Marleau. His release is just scary. Joe Thornton tracking the puck towards the net. Good shot by Patrick Marleau. Joe Thornton, see Joe Thornton right there, perfect timing as that shot went to the net.
Pavelski out to take the face-off in the right face-off circle. 14 to go on the power play. Face-offs is an area that Ottawa talked about improving on. They're 35% on the draw through 2 periods. And Pavelski wins this one, but it took a bad bounce off Couture's skate, allowing Ottawa to clear it. And that will pretty much do it for the Shark power play here. One last attack. Marleau with some speed, down the wing, shoots. Leonard a save, takes a peek, rebound. Couture tried to sweep it home. Leonard dives back, still alive, and now the whistle blows.
That is getting to the net. That is getting after the rebounds. Great opportunity for the Sharks. Nice up pass. Get some speed going. Shot on net, then just keep crashing. There's the loose puck. Still loose, still loose. Everybody's going after it. Continues to go after it. Puck just rolled. Now you just got to try to battle. You just got to wait for the whistle as much as you can, and you just keep battling till the whistle. Blairkosh comes in late right out of the penalty box and just tackles whoever he can find in front of the net.
Sharks had 6 shots on that power play.
That's listening to your coaches. Coaches come out right away, say we got to get more shots, get more rebounds, crash the net for those rebounds, and they do just exactly that. The only thing they didn't do was score.
32-18 the shots now as Leonard has 30 saves. Pavelski stays out to take this draw now in the left face-off circle, and that ends up on an Ottawa stick. Tomas Hertl under evaluation, we are told, and his return to this game is questionable. So a little bit of line juggling for Todd McClellan. And forward lines, really the first time he's had to do that all year.
It's too bad because Hertl, Thornton, and Burns are playing very well together.
Wraparound chance, and it was denied by Leonard. And with help from the D, he clears it, but this will be icing.
Now here's a line that's come out and now just picked up the momentum from the power play. You mentioned 6 shots on the power play for the Sharks. So the next line comes out and they jump on that momentum. So Todd McClellan feels that right away, throws Thornton back out there. Now Nieto's going to go with Burns and Thornton. So Todd McClellan wants the big boys back out so he gets some power play, get some momentum and carry it over. Hold on to it.
Zach Smith leaning in against Thornton. As Paul McLean matches up, well, really is forced to because of the icing. No choice to match up, really. That's the group that was out there, and they had to stay out. This puck out of play onto the Ottawa bench, and they'll do it all over again. But now McLean can get the line change.
He can just change as much as he wants. And Todd McClellan responds in kind. He sends out Logan Couture's line.
Well, you wanted a good, close, tight battle. You got it tonight. As the Sharks are in against the toughest opponent so far in their 5 games so far this year. Marleau way up top, and Leonard will scoop that up. No traffic in front. Well, come bowl with the Sharks at Sharks and Strikes to support the Sharks Foundation. Registration open now for the event that comes up on Tuesday, November 19th. You'll spend an evening bowling with your family, friends, and your favorite Sharks players at Bowlmore, San Jose. Go to sharksfoundation.org for more information and register tonight.
See Pavelski's form there? I mean, he's a great golfer, terrific baseball player, wonderful hockey player, obviously, and looks like he knows how to bowl, too.
There's nothing he can't do.
True.
He's the big Pavelski.
True.
Brent Burns now for the Sharks, who have tied this game and now look to lead it again, which they did on Hertl's goal in the first minute. A shot that drops in front of Leonard, and Carlson will scoop it ahead for Clark MacArthur. Kyle Turris on the far side. Conacher wants MacArthur. He's knocked down on his way to the net. MacArthur is. And then Burns runs into Turris while the puck ends up behind the net.
Proactive body check right there.
Yeah. And cleared to Carlson.
Oh, pushing and shoving now. The little business is picking up a bit.
The nasty picks up here from 2 teams that don't have an opportunity to get the nasty on very often, at least not in the past, but there'll be more of that now. And very soon when the Sharks will play in Ottawa on the 27th. That'll be the 2nd game of back-to-backs. They'll have played in Montreal the night before. That game in Montreal 2 weeks from tonight on Comcast Sportsnet California. And like this game is, also on Hockey Night in Canada. This game being broadcast into the Ottawa region and various other parts of Canada. Cowan up through the middle, but Vlasic settles it and over to Justin Braun. Couture, and he'll backhand it deep. Sharks get a change at forward as Pavelski's line comes on. Right now Desjardins up there taking Nieto's spot, who you noted was up with Thornton and Burns earlier. Pavelski into the zone against Mathot. Puts on the brakes, sends it deep for Wingles. Tommy Wingles checked by Spezza, and he lost the puck. but they get it back. Dan Boyle lets it go, and it's just wide off Wingles.
Tommy Wingles set up right in front of Robin Leonard. Nice job by Wingles.
Desjardins gets away from the thought, and Mahalik with the puck, but taken away by Pavelski. Now intercepted by Spezza. He'll just chip it clear. Spezza and Wingles getting into it. I think Spezza might have thrown an elbow.
Yeah, he's getting two.
Sharks will have a power play. Right now, Pavelski trying to work a pass far side. Intercepted by the Senators, and now we'll get the penalty to Jason Spezza. And he doesn't like the call. He's chirping at the ref on his way to the box.
He's getting a roughing penalty. Spezza popped the puck out of the zone, and when it went to the neutral zone, he followed up. When he gets the puck out of the zone, Tommy Wingles finishes the check, and that little extra right hand in the back of the head is what got called in the Bay Alarm penalty box. It's the new captain of the Ottawa Senators, Jason Spezza.
As he gets the seed from Daniel Alfredson, Wingles takes the seed. Sharks power play back on the ice. San Jose now with 35 shots on goal. These were two of the big shooting teams in the league in general. But now the Sharks, with 9 shots to none in this third period, are dominating in that area. But where it matters most, it's tied 2-2. Who knows? Maybe this is the critical moment, or 2 minutes of the game. Pavelski's shot, and that's saved by Leonard. Couture to Thornton. Joe dishing back to Pavelski up at the point. And across to Boyle. In for Thornton. Joe takes, tried to flip pass for Couture, kind of hung on the boards. Boyle back across for Pavelski. Now to Marleau, high slot. And the Sharks get a little cute and it costs him here as Conger comes back the other way. And he shoots it off Couture's stick, or Boyle's stick, out of play.
Just keep it frozen for a sec. I just want you to watch Joe Thornton here. Go ahead and roll this game. Watch. He's looking before he even gets to the puck. Watching. The shot goes to the net. Or goes down low, I should say. He looks, he's checking already over his shoulder. You want to know how he knows where to make the pass? Because before he gets to the puck, he knows where his players are for support. He knows where the pressure is coming from. And he knows what he's going to do with the puck by the time he gets there. He doesn't wait to figure it out. He knows ahead of time. That's because he looks. It's that look over the shoulder.
Thornton had 2 assists in Vancouver the other night to pass Daryl Sittler on the all-time points list. Joe now 4 points away from Joe Nieuwendyk and Mike Bossy on the all-time list. And on the all-time assist list, he's 3 behind Guy Lafleur. You're hearing all the names of the hockey greats as Joe marches up the list.
Hey, Joe Nieuwendyk is no longer in Dallas as the general manager. Jim Mill has gone there and replaced Joe last year. I'm sorry, this is the first full year for Jim Mill. I haven't heard from Joe Nieuwendyk lately. I'm sure he'll reserve the summer. A good hockey mind, good guy. And a competitive guy. He'll want to get back in the action soon.
Linesman forces Thornton out of the circle. Couture will stand in against Pajot. Minute 12 left on the power play. Dan Boyle moves it up through center. Sends to the corner. Marleau there against Big Greiba. And a good exit play there by Ottawa on the penalty kill.
Track him back.
Greening, and Marleau plays some hard defense on Greening there as Pavelski scoots through center. He's rubbed out by Greiba, but they get it back to the blue line. Marleau, one-timer, kicked out by Leonard and cleared.
My crack research team tells me that Joe Nieuwendyk is coaching his son's team in Dallas.
Very good. Boyle has Kennedy in for Wingles. Down under half a minute on the power play. Kennedy, Wingles, Demers, Irwin. Demers skates with it and can't get it to the front. It goes off the netting and out of play with 9 to go on the power play. And the Sharks struggling to get shots on goal, at least on this power play.
Yeah, credit the opposition. You know, they get paid to play too. They're a very good team, and they're big guys. They've got a lot of reach, especially those defensemen, those large defensemen. Guys like Eric Greiber. Eric Greiber's 6 foot, what, 12? He's a big kid.
And don't forget, their defense was second in the NHL last year. 2.08 goals per game allowed.
And they are very good at killing penalties right there. They force the play to the outside. You got to credit the Ottawa Senators for a nice looking penalty kill with 9 seconds left.
Ottawa trying to reach the heights and then some that they did in 2007 when they went to the Stanley Cup final against Anaheim. Losing, of course, to the Ducks. Have not returned since, but things are looking up the last few years. Under general manager Brian Murray and head coach Paul McLean.
We talk about, the teams, two very good teams, two very good coaching staffs, two very good general managers, Doug Wilson and Brian Murray.
9 seconds left on this San Jose power play. Thornton, a clean win of the draw, back for Vlasic. He loads up, fires, Leonard the save. Nieto wants Thornton behind the net, has him, in front, they score! Brent Burns with authority!
What happens when you win a face-off? Look at Joe Thornton take that puck. Brent Burns reads it right away. Matt Nieto threw the puck behind the net. Brent Burns attacks the net from the corner. Joe Thornton picks up the puck on the boards.
Third goal of the year for number 88, Brent Burns. And the Sharks have their first lead since the 55-second mark on Hurdle's goal. It's now 3-2.
That was authority, wasn't it, with Brent Burns?
That was either going to go in or through Leonard. Now let's see how the Sharks play with a lead here in the third period against a hungry Ottawa team who have just one win in their first three. Spezza over the line, hands it off to Milan Mahalik, the former Shark winger. Back for Spezza, takes it cleanly, has Mathot, and the shot denied.
Ottawa with the push now, big save right there. And the Sharks, this first 8 minutes of this third period have been very, very good.
Matt Nieto taking the spot of Hurdle on that power play, picks up the second assist as the shot from Braun is blocked by Leonard. So it's Burns from Thornton and Nieto. It was not a power play goal, though, at 7:08. Braun, and they're offside. Brent Burns comes back to pound it home and give the Sharks the lead.
Jay Woodcroft looking on, pretty proud of his guys because this is something they work on all the time. And let's listen to Brent Burns and Joe Thornton on this power play goal. Or, sorry, go ahead goal. You gotta call for the puck. You want the puck, you gotta call for it. Brent Burns, jumbo, gets it.
Well, Tomas Hurdle might be in the dressing room getting treatment, but Brent Burns has inherited his smile here in the third period. Very happy man. Here comes Ottawa. Pajot with a shot, and that's blocked by Demers. Back to Pajot as the Sharks fail to clear. Now Condra trying to chase it down in the corner. Hannon sends it up the boards. Down to 11:40 left here in the third. The Sharks have the lead back after Ottawa took it away by the end of the first period. Demers has to back away. 2-on-1. Condra, and a great play to block the pass. And then a collision between two Senators as Neal takes out Condra. Sharks come ahead. Pavelski at center. He'll fire it in. Leonard makes the save as the Sharks change on the fly.
Really good defensive play by Demers, and then a miscue by the Ottawa Sens forwards.
That shoot in by Pavelski. The Sharks' 40th shot of the night. This will be icing.
Well, the Sharks in the neutral zone can't get it through the neutral zone. Quick transition opportunity through the neutral zone. There's that back leg drag. And then here comes the collision between Condra and Neal. Oh, sometimes there's just not enough ice.
Now the draw in the Ottawa zone. Zach Smith, who has one of the two goals, along with Bobby Ryan, the former Duck star, who will return to Anaheim tomorrow night. Second night of back-to-backs for the Senators on this season-opening 6-game road trip. Thornton flips a pass up Burns' way. It bounces to him to the goal line. The thought back defensively. Here's Matt Nieto. He'll leave it in the corner. Thornton races there. Rims it around hard for Boyle on this side of the ice. Boyle. Good movement. Able to keep it in. Trying to get it as deep as possible with his forwards changing. Carlson now ahead, and Couture defending against Lacosta, took it off him. Logan Couture to Matt Nieto, to Marleau, to Couture, and he couldn't catch it. But he gets it back again. Up top for Vlasic. He'll settle. Fire. Marleau is there. Couture slides it across just past Nieto, or Kennedy rather, and Kennedy will backhand it to the crease where it's covered by Leonard, and the Sharks put on good pressure there.
It's just Logan Couture, guys. It's just, watch Logan Couture. Stick in the right place. Quick stick lift. And now he's going to find guys. Go to the net. Nice little passing play. And you might think, Patrick Marleau, why don't you shoot that? And I'll tell you why. You let the good players, the really good players, do what they do. Everybody else got to play a certain way, but you let the good players do what they do, especially offensively where they can be creative. Good idea. Didn't finish them.
Ryan with Mahalik. And a save by Antiniemi. His 18th of the game. Authentic Raiders fans, turn to Comcast Sportsnet for in-depth coverage every day and online. Plus, the authentic post-game show of the team is Raiders Post-Game Live, the authentic home of the Raiders. Comcast Sportsnet Raiders getting set to take on Alex Smith and the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow.
Well, we've seen each period be a tale of two periods. San Jose Sharks in the first period start out gangbusters, then came the Ottawa Senators with a pushback. Second period, it was the reverse. Senators started strong, San Jose came back. In this third period, it has been San Jose Sharks. They have been outstanding, 40 shots to the 20 of the Ottawa Senators.
Couture across the Ottawa line with Pavelski. Just trying to get it on net and hope there's a rebound, and there was. Now Couture upended down low as he battles with Ryan. Out front it comes, but the Senators turn it the other way. Spezza delays, trying to thread a pass through for Phillips. To Mahalik at the line, intercepted by the back-checking Logan Couture. Pavelski into the zone alone. And then rubbed out by Cowan. Thornton joins Joe Pavelski. Spezza to the puck first for the Senators. And they'll control it from behind their own net. 9:20 to go in the third. Sharks with a 3-2 lead over visiting Ottawa. Brent Burns lost to the edge. No, tripped by Leonard, the goalie. Going to be an Ottawa penalty for tripping to Robin Leonard, the netminder. And Brent Burns a little shaken up, but he can't have lost a tooth up there. He doesn't have it. A double minor penalty to the goaltender Robin Leonard, served by Corey Conacher. Here's what happened. It was a high stick.
It was and Leonard, he just, Brent Burns, you don't expect Brent Burns to be coming in at 100 miles an hour. And you see Leonard, he was totally surprised that Brent Burns was there. And it's a common reaction by a goaltender just to throw the puck to the side, and then he'll kind of wheel his stick up to get it back into place. Accidental, but the Sharks have a 4-minute power play and can put this game away right here.
You're still responsible for your stick.
Yes, you are.
Marleau shot. Leonard a save. Rebound. Thornton. Denied by Leonard, who got across to seal off the post.
How hard is he going to be playing goal right now, Leonard?
Diving is Kundra to get it out of the zone. Sharks quickly recover it back in neutral ice. Burns went to the Sharks dressing room for a little treatment after that. So he's not out there on this shift on the power play. Cowan breaks up the pass from Boyle. Now Pavelski will circle. 3-2 Sharks lead, and a great chance here, as you said, to put this one to bed. Thornton cross for Pavelski. Churras got a little piece of that, and the puck jumped over Pavelski's stick. Marleau fighting to get to it, and he does. And he fires it back up to the point. Boyle to Couture. Logan to the net. And Leonard blocked it. Sharks keep it in. In front, Leonard makes the save with Pavelski screening.
Joe Thornton gets that puck, retrieves that puck, another shot at net.
Boyle loads up, gives for Marleau. Patrick back up top. Couture's shot blocked by Churras. Comes off the high glass, and the Senators get it cleared. Down to 2:40 on the double minor.
Good puck movement, but also good sticks defensively by the Ottawa Senators.
Sharks with 45 saves. They had 50 or 45 shots. They had 51 against the Rangers. Nieto, nice pass, but just on Irwin's backhand. Wingle, back to Irwin. Now Wingle. Matty Irwin again. Tommy Wingles facing the net. Passes down low, and the feed from Nieto. Back to Irwin, and his shot goes up high.
That didn't miss by much. Backdoor play.
Matt Irwin, and that hit a body before it got to the net, kept alive by Wingle. Backhand pass to Kennedy from Nieto. Tyler Kennedy. Up top to Demers. He'll shoot it and miss wide, and it rims all the way out.
Looking for a deflection in front. Didn't shoot it on the net. Looked for a shot off the net and hopefully a tip.
That gave Ottawa some penalty kill relief. That group had been out there for some time. Boyle on the entry to Thornton. Joe back for Boyle. Steers it to the net. Robin Lehner with the stop. And Pavelski now. Quick pressure from Greening. Boyle will take it off the boards. Bounces through to Marleau. Back for Dan Boyle. Referee trying to get out of the way, and he does.
And help him here.
Marleau supported. Soft pass back up toward the point, but it was cut off by Clark MacArthur. He and Greening come ahead. Crisscrossing at the San Jose line. MacArthur has it swept from him by Couture. Now Logan leading the attack with Patrick Marleau. Logan Couture down the left wing. Couture puts on the break. Shakes off Greiba, but falls. At the side, a blast there by Burns, who's back out of the dressing room. Brent Burns to Matt Irwin. He'll fire. Saved by Leonard. Demers, a screamer that goes over the net. Back for Irwin. His shot gets through to Leonard. He's got it at the side of the goal block. 35 to go on the 4-minute power play. Burns taps it ahead. Bounces through to the Senators' Mark Mathot, and he gets it down the ice with 25 left to go. The Sharks now with 47 shots on goal. Irwin and Leonard. Another stop. Desjardins gets a shift on the power play. Back to the blue line for Irwin. To Braun. The shot deflected in, and Leonard made the save. It deflects out of play.
That's a good save. Nice little play, too, by the Sharks. Get the puck, recover it low, high, get it across, get it to the net with people going there. Justin Braun heads up. All he's looking for is the deflection. He sees the man moving towards the net. Deflected actually looks like off of Andrew Desjardins' stick. Jared Cowan tracking Andrew Desjardins back through the crease. And the deflection just goes up to the blocker, Robin Lehner, who made some pretty good saves. 6 seconds left in the Sharks power play. So the defense have to be aware that you've got Corey Conacher coming out of the box.
He's serving the goaltender's double minor. Thornton right off the draw, and that's a shot on goal. It's the 50th of the game. Conacher's out. Sharks have the puck. Vlasic has to hurry it. He does. Now Burns. Back for Braun. His shot tipped, but wide. Nieto recovers for the Sharks. With Thornton cutting out of the corner, up the boards, and back to Vlasic along to Braun. No tip there. Conacher will lob it beyond center, back to Braun. Thornton. In on the re-entry. Taps it back for Wingles. He's got Shepard with him. Tommy Wingles snaps it to the outside of the net. Now Shepard behind the goal, working against Carlson. Shepard, the bigger of the two. Carlson trying to fish it out with his stick. Shepard using his size to keep it. To Wingles, to Demers. Loads up, the shot. Looking for a tip from Shepard as Pavelski was cleared out from the front.
Just missed there again.
They're getting good looks.
Yeah, defense smart.
Pavelski at the goal line. Waits, and it hit escape. He was looking for Demers coming in from the point. There's a wrister through to Leonard. Rebound, and he makes a great save off Pavelski. The wraparound didn't go. What a save by Leonard. We've got a penalty coming. Maybe to the Sharks here. A hold is called, and I think it's going against San Jose. Ottawa with a chance on the power play when we come back. And here we're with Joe Pavelski in San Jose and our Toyota game summary in this great contest tonight. Tomas Hertl got the game's first goal 55 seconds in, but then Zach Smith and Bobby Ryan gave Ottawa the lead. In the second late, Patrick Marleau tied it, and here in the third, on a power play, Brent Burns put it in for the go-ahead goal, and that's where we are right now. 3-2 Sharks, 3:52 to go, but they've got a penalty to kill.
Joe Pavelski almost gets the chance out front, and he just grabs the stick of Erik Karlsson. Referee made the call. Jason Spezza helps out. Big kill here.
And after winning the draw, Ottawa loses the puck, and it's fired out of play by Braun.
and then something came off the glass there. The referee just picked up.
Just knocked something off the Ottawa bench, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Some debris.
It's too bad. The Sharks win the face-off, and that puck now, where does this puck go as far as the face-off is what everybody's talking about. What Tom calling back inside the zone. That's unfortunate. The Sharks had won the draw and were able to get the puck in full control. Couldn't get it down the ice, and unfortunately, the face-off goes right back in the Shark zone. Well, unfortunately, if you're a Shark fan, which, of course, I am.
You are not a journalist.
No,
you are a
I am not. That's pretty much been established.
Carlson, that one skips dangerously toward the net, and then Marlowe's able to clear as it kicked back out. Well, obviously, this is huge for Ottawa. Down by a goal, 3.5 to go in regulation. They've been held to 20 shots in this game. They're being outshot in this period. You ready for this?
Yeah.
24-2.
Wow. Good play.
And this time Braun is able to get at the length of the ice.
Aggressive. Wirkosh came in. Defenseman down deep, and that left the point open once the Sharks regained control of the puck.
Now Wirkosh, and it's tapped into the zone by Mahalik. First on it is Ryan, and they get it up top. Now they'll work the power play as Wirkosh goes to Carlson. Back to Wirkosh. Spezza. Down low. Ryan. And it's off the glove of Niemi and just over the net. Wirkosh again. At the side, Mahalik. Back up top. There's the shot by Spezza. That was tipped by Boyle, and then it went up top, out of play.
Oh. Bobby Ryan. Very dangerous. Jason Spezza, just a great fake to get the pass down to Ryan. Ryan's going to go upstairs, off the glove, rolls up off the shoulder, and just kisses the crossbar, and then over the net. Exactly what Antti Niemi had planned all along.
Niemi had his glove in the right spot, that's for sure.
And sometimes you just got to be a shot blocker. Sometimes that's all you have to be, in the right position and be a shot blocker.
Face-off, MacArthur. Now Turris changing sides. Carlson stays out with Wirkosh up top. Kennedy bangs it off Carlson's stick. Now Vlasic. Good support from Thornton coming back, and that'll end up down the ice.
It shows you don't have to bang the puck out hard. A couple of short, little soft breakout passes off the board. Little outlet passes, I should say, lead to the puck down the ice.
15 to go on the power play, and Thornton has the puck again.
Long reach, nice track back by Joe Thornton.
This will skip through. Leonard has no choice but to catch it and hold it. And the Sharks have just 9 more seconds to kill on this Ottawa power play with 2 minutes left in the third.
Well, you look at this point, and what does Todd McClellan do? We talked about it with John Tortorella using the Sedin twins in their penalty killing. Todd McClellan putting out the top guys, and in the heat of the moment, in the key points of the game, you have to rely on your top men to be able to play any situation.
Penalties over, and the Sharks have the puck and the lead with under 2 to go. Wingles. And Phillips ahead to Greiben, on to Smith. Smith with Neal. Sends it deep, or tries to send it deep. Broken up by Demers. Desjardins almost got to it. Now here's Smith. Zach Smith, who has one of the Ottawa goals.
Battle in front, Neal and Hannon. And Neal's just gave Hannon the stick underneath the support and then punched him in the head. And the referee's still standing there. Scott Hannon driving Chris Neal a little nutty right now. I'm surprised that the official didn't call anything. He was watching the whole axe in front of his face.
Stay tuned. Esurance Sharks Postgame Live will follow immediately with Brody Brazil and Curtis Brown here at SAP Center. Jamie Baker in the mix as well with his perspective right after we wrap it up here, which, of course, we're hoping will be in a minute 15, but there's still time for the Senators. No penalties called in that little back and forth between Hannon and Neal.
That one right there, you got to call. Timeout being called by Paul McLean, maybe, and going to get the his goaltender out. Minute 15 left. Chris Neal still upset.
I'm not sure that McLean actually took the timeout here. He just took the goalie out. Sharks are out shooting Ottawa 50-22. Now Ottawa takes the timeout, so he gets a little more extra rest for his group. And now they'll talk it over on the respective benches. Oh, it's timeout Todd McLellan.
Well, smart timeout Todd McLellan. You got to make sure you get everybody situated where you want them. And sometimes it's a different strategy by the coaches. The offensive guy, I'm going to push the envelope here, try to push the pace like a quick snap in a football game. You kind of catch the D off guard.
Sharks hit the road next week, and their next game will be Tuesday visiting the St. Louis Blues. That's a 5 o'clock game on NBC Sports Network, so be sure to tune in for that. Drew and I will be back with you on Thursday from Dallas at 5. So Tuesday, 5 from St. Louis on NBC Sports Network, and then back here on Thursday. So here we go. Empty net as Leonard, he's played great for Ottawa. He's been 47 saves in his first game of the year, but it might not be enough. We'll see. Out on the ice for Paul McLean, Jason Spezza, of course. Carlson's there. He's got Zach Smith on. Weirkoch is up top. Milan Mahalik and Bobby Ryan.
They're checking time here as one of the officials. It's not Dave. Dave isn't over there. Ian Walsh is over checking it out, making sure the time is. They phone back to Toronto to find out, make sure that's all correct.
And they're going to force
somebody back on the ice.
Marleau to come back onto the bench.
Was it an icing? I was watching Neil and I wasn't sure what the play was going on.
It was, so Wingles has to come back
That's
on.
what it was. So they're checking the people who are on the ice.
Here we go. Joe Pavelski against Zach Smith in the faceoff circle. Pavelski, a hard draw to the near boards. Senators try to get it up to the point, and they do. And Carlson now down the boards to Spezza. Jason Spezza trying to get it away from Dan Boyle. Into the front of the net. Here's Mahalik. He'll dish back to Carlson. Carlson on this wing for Spezza. Spezza shoots, saved by Niemi. Ryan punching the rebound back Spezza's way. And now Carlson at the blue line. Shakes off Wingles. Erik Karlsson. Weirkoch in front. Loose puck. Diving after it is Bobby Ryan. Cleared to the near boards. Karlsson back across. Weirkoch. Hannon. And Scott Hannon will clear. This will be icing. That's another aspect of the hybrid icing. It gives you a little more time in the game. If you have to go all the way back and touch that, it eats another second or up to in a situation like this. So in a way, it helps Ottawa.
It does. Here is a nice save by Antti Niemi. He's able to kick the rebound away. Oh, you know what? That was Scott Hannon's stick. I thought it was Antti Niemi. It was Scott Hannon's stick. Nice pick up there, gang. Now, this is Danny Boyle being real smart here, because the San Jose Sharks weren't able to get the change. Long time out. Danny Boyle had a little skate problem. Had to go get it fixed. Breather. Now Paul McLean's thinking, well, whatever. Now I might as well take my time out. And now everybody's going to get a rest. But that's a smart play by Dan Boyle. It was actually, it was his skate getting an edge. And Mike Aldrich fixing things up. It was the shot blocking boot that defensemen wear now. You see Mike Aldrich working on it. Outstanding equipment manager that Mike Aldrich is.
Sharks are now having those boots custom made. They're making molds of the players' skates and then having those protective covers custom made to fit each not just the size of skate, but the player and the way that whole shape conforms.
And remember the old days? What was it? Like a piece of leather, right?
Right.
And you strap it on your lace and you lace them through the top of the skate only. That covers the entire boot. Robin Lehner in net. Outstanding night for Lehner so far.
Ties the franchise record with 47 saves. Will it be enough? Ottawa needs a goal here in the final 34.2 seconds to get this even. And now we're set to drop the puck. Andrew Desjardins in against Jason Spezza. Desjardins been good in the faceoff circle tonight. And he wins this one to Boyle. Danny Boyle off the boards and down. Now there's a race. Wing goes with Weir Koch. And they call. No!
There is what. Okay, well, you know what?
It's top of the dots, though.
That is where the hybrid icing is.
That's where the controversy
That's the controversy comes, and that's the compromise.
Yep.
That one there, I think, could have been let go, raced out. But it comes at the dots. This is why they have the hybrid icing in. I think, though, that the linesman could have let that go. But that's the compromise.
Yep.
That's the compromise for safety that has been agreed upon. You may not like it, and I don't in particular. I think that one could have been let go.
They added some time up on the clock. So, do it over again. This time Pavelski on this side where he's the stronger face-off man against Smith. Kick back, but Carlson's able to control it. To the net, tipped wide. Weir Koch trying to pitch it in front. Smith, good cutoff by Hannon, who's had a strong game on defense tonight. And tapped clear by Pavelski. That should do it. Carlson ranging back. There will be no icing here. 3 seconds to go, and the San Jose Sharks hang on, and they make it 5 straight wins to start the year.
That was a hard-fought battle right there. Both teams played very well, very hard, but you got to credit the San Jose Sharks with a very, very strong third period.
Indeed it was. They end up with a goal in each of the 3 periods. Antti Niemi not nearly as busy as his counterpart Robin Lehner, the Ottawa backup goaltender, who tonight tied a franchise record with 47 saves, but he needed one more as Brent Burns gets the game winner on a night that saw the Sharks outshoot Ottawa 50-23. That's the second time San Jose's gotten to the 50-shot mark in just their first 5 games.
Well, you obviously heard Jimmy Johnson talk to Brody Brazil. That was the game plan coming out in the third period, especially. It was pushed, it was adjusted by the San Jose Sharks players after the coaches got on them about it. They certainly took the coaches to heart, shot the puck a heck of a lot more, and they come up with a big 3-2 win.
Esher and Sharks postgame live coming up. Much more coverage to follow here on Comcast Sportsnet California on this Saturday night on ice. Let's go down to the ice. Danny Miller with the announcement of tonight's 3 stars.
Tonight's 3 stars of the game are brought to you by PlayStation. The third star of tonight's game from your Sharks, number 88, Brent Burns. The second star of tonight's game from Ottawa, number 40, Robin Lehner. And the number 1 star of tonight's game from your Sharks, number 19, Joe Thornton. And let's head over to the Sharks bench and join Brody Brazil.
Joe, the interview has to start here. You guys are now 5-0. Was training camp just that good?
Yeah, we're just great in front of these fans. You know, what can we say? We love playing here, and it's definitely, I think, the best home ice advantage we can have is because these 17,000+ fans right here.
I know it's been fun to have Tomas Hertl on your line. We hope he's okay after tonight's game, but once again, the first goal for you guys, how does he do all the little things that puts him in those scoring positions?
He's just very crafty. He just knows where the net is. Again, tonight, he just, finds the back of the net. He always seems to be in front of the net, and he's doing a great job for us.
We had the mic on Brent Burns for the telecast here, so we knew he was calling for the puck from you. But take us through that game-winning goal that you assisted on.
Yeah, no, Matty Nieto just made a good play down to me, and it kind of hopped over the defenseman's stick, and then I think the top broke it here, Burnsy. So it's just, give it to Burnsy, and he put in the back of the net. Just, good play.
Joe, one last thing. You guys are on the road now for quite some time. How do you take this home ice advantage and maybe get just a little bit of it out on the road?
Yeah, no, we played well in Vancouver for only a road win, so now we just got to go on the road, and can't wait to get back to you guys here. Thanks.
Congratulations, Joe. There he is, the Sharks captain. San Jose, 5 games and 5 wins.
It's a happy sellout crowd here at SAP. The final score, the Sharks 3, Ottawa 2. And Sharks Postgame Live starts now.